Good evening and welcome to Live from Tubby's house. It's very live in Tubby's house tonight. Tubby is active in one sphere, Ringo, his brother, is active with some vegetation, and Daphne is could go in any direction at once. Oh, whoops, there goes Tubbs and Daphne. Apologies in advance if the wiring goes down. Those of you tuning in earlier will have seen that Perry dislodged the camera here at Studio C. Emma's controlling the desk and dealing with messages to the outside world. We are set on our customary north-south direction, and I am about to climb into the module known as Your Requests. And what we have here is one from Max. Max requested this a couple of weeks ago. There's a bit of a time lag, so I'm playing it now. And I'll play your request today, Max, on the next program, which is coming up on Saturday, but I'm going to tell you that in a little bit. In the meantime, just imagine that I'm Paul McCartney making one of those sort of Paul McCartney explains faces. Okay, here we go.
Some people are mad. One listen to them and you can tell why they're sad. Some people are lost. They wake up covered in oil and permafrost. But everybody needs love. Yes, everybody needs love. Some people are lame. They're not as worth it as the label on them claims. But everybody needs love. Yeah, everybody needs love. Some people won't mend. They're angry people and they wonder why they got no friends. No friends at all. Yeah. But everybody needs love. Yeah. Oh, everybody needs love. Love. Ba, 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 ba. Love. Ba, 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 ba. Love. Ba, 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 ba. Some people are straight. Don't lean too hard on them. Don't pretend they're okay. Some people are nice. Leave even less on them and always take their advice. But everybody needs love. Yeah. Everybody needs love. 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 Love.
Coming at you live from Tubby's house. That's Daphne in the background there. Everybody Needs Love, recorded by me earlier this century with Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings, and it's a chance to hear Gillian double tracked, which, as she assured me at the time, she never does for anybody except me, so thanks, Gil. Okay, now a man whose initials are JA came in via Twitter and sort of requested this song. He wanted to know where he could get it. Unfortunately, it's out of print. But I said to him, I vowed unto him, saying, listen, thou whose initials B, J, and A, I will play it for you live on Tubby's house. So just in case you/he are watching, here it is. Okay. All right, here we are. Ghost ship haunts the sea. She'll come back and marry me. The rust is where her heart should be tonight. Her face is where her fingers were tonight. A glassy checkered engine room, the speechless silence of the tomb. The manuscripts inside the womb unfurl, girl, translucent as a jellyfish that palpitates upon a dish. She stings you with her gently falling curl, and sinking in the water's green tonight. I wonder where my love has been tonight. The ghost ship changes tack and stands becalmed. The sails go slack. The cabin boy lies on his back and sighs. Mayonnaise is oozing down his thighs. The bubbles rising from the deep, where dead men sing themselves to sleep. From oak and coral they do seek to say, okay. You read my future like a chart, see through my skin into my heart, that flutters in my ribcage like a bird. And the ghost ship sails on into someone's life. The air from bottles forms into the skeletons of all the crew. In white they dance against the blue and wail. Their curling bodies flail around the sail. The figurehead before the mast stares back into the golden past. Across the wrinkled sea so vast she mourns forlorn. She flutters round me like a moth that beats against mosquito cloth and tries to eat her way into my dreams. And the ghost ship sails on into someone's life. That was most of the ghost ship. I left a verse out at the end because a lot is happening here in studio. Say, hey, Ems,
hi.
Welcome to the. Oh, good grief. Okay.
Oh gosh. It's live from Tubby's house, but Daphne's really.
Daphne's on the rampage tonight.
Daphne's on the rampage.
And she's okay. Daphne and Ringo are having what's known colloquially here at Tubby Towers as a biff.
A biff.
And we're just hoping that they stay clear of the wires. I wonder if at some point one of the, okay. Gosh, well, Ringo's just...
It's all happening.
He's disappeared into some... but anyway, but soft. What news upon the Rialto?
We'd like to thank these loving folks for their contributions to the
Fancy Feast Fund.
Stacey and Brian,
Trudy and Marty.
Michael,
P. Taylor.
Stephen,
Christian.
John and Tamsin and Nell,
Laurie.
and Bob
and
and
Julie.
Fabulous.
Thanks,
for
folks.
joining us, folks. I keep going to put my arm on the back of your chair.
But you removed my
But
chair.
I removed your chair and gave
replaced
you
it
a
with
piano
stool.
stool.
Yeah,
So it's like a ghost chair.
You are rubbing the ghost chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens because here at Studio C, everything is mutable. Nothing is ever quite the same, even if it appears to be.
And the chairs squeak.
That chair, yeah, which is Ringo doesn't squeak, but he's doing some very interesting effects over there.
Everybody wants to be known tonight.
They do. I'm glad there isn't anyone else in here who wants to be known, and I'm glad that plant's in a reasonably stable pot. Do you want to sing something with me while we're here? Well, look, Michelle has just recovered from COVID, so congratulations, Michelle, and welcome back to the this particular world. She
And happy
requested
birthday.
and that's it. I knew there was something else.
She's recovered from COVID in time for her birthday.
Is it like today or something? It's very.
I think
it's
I
at
believe
hand.
it's tomorrow.
Oh God, tomorrow.
September
it's always
1.
tomorrow. September 1. Oh my God.
Tomorrow,
it's
tomorrow.
Grant Lee
I
Phillips'
love you
birthday.
tomorrow.
I love you tomorrow.
Yeah, you're only a day away.
Yes, exactly. Should we try? Should we try singing this one before anything else erupts?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Would you like me to make you a coffee, Gov?
No, otherwise I'll be. No, I'm fine. I'm actually. But I just, you know. Oh my God. Okay. Sometimes I wish we had some more kind of in-studio monitors here. So
I thought you were going to say more pets.
No, I don't even wish we had an extra lobster. Really,
Do you think if we had a salamander, it'd be better behaved?
No, I think the salamander would take after the most. Would imitate the salamander. Would think it was a spaniel.
Okay.
But I do have a song called Salamander, but I'll spare it you. Hang on, what have we got now?
Michelle's request
okay, yeah,
for
okay.
Michelle's birthday.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday.
I take off my clothes with you, but I'm not naked underneath. I was born with trousers on, just about like everyone. I'm so lonely I could melt and be forgotten instantly. I love you very patiently. Honey, please don't finish me. But in Perspex, come alive. Come alive. Calliope's and xylophones play backwards on a broken street. No one gives you anything unless of course you ask for it. Birds in Perspex, come alive. Come alive. Perspex silent, she's my girl. Way above the chimney tops, when the sun goes down on her. She's so beautiful, my heart just stops. Birds in Perspex, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive. That was a sort of version of Birds in Perspex with a live spaniel.
Oh yeah. Dogs in Perspex.
Yeah,
come
well,
alive.
that's pretty terrifying actually if they manage to do that. I mean, not that I want to encase a live hound in plexiglass. Lord forbid, what a terrible fate
That
for a
could be
little
your
hound
next art
dog.
exhibit.
God.
Hounds in Perspex.
Hounds in Perspex.
Well, you're getting
Somebody's
very good
probably
with
done
hounds
that.
now.
Sometimes I'm getting good at identifying them.
You're very good at identifying a hound.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you ain't nothing but a hound dog. I would now say you ain't nothing but a border terrier, or you ain't nothing but a sprudel.
A sprudel.
I'd be a sprudel. I'd be very specific.
Okay.
Or
you ain't nothing
what are
but
those?
a French bulldog.
I think that's probably your wheelhouse. Although, would you rather be in a Perspex cube with a French bulldog or a pug?
Oh, tough choice. French bulldog.
Really?
Yeah.
French bulldog beats pug in your lexicon.
Well,
If I was to bound up to you with a hound, I was to bound with a hound for your birthday. December the 15th, folks, is Emma's
are
birthday.
you going to get me another hound?
Were I to do so, then you would, obviously, but with appropriate certificates. I couldn't just get a kind of black market mutt. I've got to get you a proper one with
You
a
could.
licence.
For everybody's sake, especially Tubby's, how about we just stick to one hound?
Ringo's, I think, also, actually. It was Ringo disappeared into yon forest.
It's actually Perry who's most at threat from the dog.
Perry is actually under armed guard in the middle of the table here in Studio C, just to keep him away from until the top of the hour when he comes on and reads the news. Because
do let us know what year you'd like Perry to read the news from,
and what dog you'd most like him to avoid. I mean, not that anything else is likely to burst into here, but
I think Daphne is the dog Perry has to avoid.
Daphne is covering an awful lot of ground tonight. It's like she's got an extra self.
Yeah.
But do you want to sing something else while we're here?
Sure, I'm here.
Do you want to sing that one? A request for...
Not quite yet.
Okay.
It's a bit grim to bring that in.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I've got anything
What
remotely
about Goodnight I
ungrim.
Say for Wendy?
I think Wendy might be British.
Well, that's lovely. I'm your British Wendy.
I imagine she's probably sleeping quietly with some Cadbury's milk tray or something, but you might see this subsequently.
But I presume if she's made a request, she's going to rock up at some point.
Well, I guess if she hasn't seen it already, she's going to see it.
Yeah.
What I mean is, Wendy, you may be sleeping now, but now's tomorrow for you. So what I'm saying doesn't ring true, doesn't make no sense any more than that old railroad under my skin does. Huh?
Oh.
Here.
Wendy, I apologise for that particular sub-personality that just got activated.
Oh, blimey, you should hear.
Who's he and who invited him in?
I find all these things cropping up, actually. I heard some old live tapes of myself occasionally. I was checking. I've been in the vaults. And you
Counting
noticed,
sub-personalities.
I've been counting you know when I sort of come back sometimes and I've got an extra eye and I'm covered in rare dust?
Come back from where? The Isle of Wight?
No.
The cupboard under the stairs?
Let's just say it's the Studio C tape vault.
Or the vault?
I found it. Oh my God, I'll tell you that.
You got some boring facts to
No, I won't actually.
later.
Oh God, no, that's right. I've just got all these tapes I've heard. But that's different.
as I was swimming under the sea. I heard the voices calling to me. Know that you're drowning, it's too late to stop. We're here to help you over the top. Now I'm a doctor, now you're a nurse, now you're an astronaut driving a hearse. Yeah. Good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Opening Janet, serious find. She didn't plan it, I didn't mind. Send for the orderly, it's too late to come. Drunk and disorderly, under your thumb. Yeah, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Drowning in concert, serious foul, helping the dishes under themselves, cycling madly through Honiton Clist, where my dear friend Bradley has passed away from a cyst. Oh, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night. Good night I say, good night I say, good night I say, good night.
How's about that? I shaved several seconds off that.
Oh, wow.
I did some interesting edits that no one would have noticed.
Well, I'm sure someone will have noticed.
Well, maybe I didn't notice.
You didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't notice them.
Well,
I didn't
mean,
miss them.
You and I aren't people who would be called folks with a fabulous grasp of the details. The fine
Unless we
print.
need to.
Unless we need to.
I've seen you grasping details, wrestle them to the floor, truss them up with duct tape, and take them out to get their just desserts.
Okay.
Justice hurts. I know, it's
That was
unbelievable,
awful.
isn't it? No, but it is awful. That's the whole point. Isn't it weird that those two things mean almost the same thing? Okay, that's fine.
I gotta go.
I don't blame you. I mean, I would go, but then they'd be left on their own. Okay, folks, I have got... we're here. You're listening to Live from Tubby's house here, live from Studio C.
They're watching it as well, sweetheart.
Well, they might have closed their eyes in despair. I wouldn't blame them. And they're leaving their little kitties to stare out into the universe while they themselves drown in the sound. Do you ever put a record on and then actually listen to some other music at the same time? Occasionally I'll hear a record that's so bland that I realise I could put something else on while I was listening to it, and that's one of the things I try to avoid when I make records. Okay, what have I got here? I have got this. Okay, I very seldom play this, and you'll see why. This was requested by Steve, and this is set in the Isle of Wight, Midsummer Night's Eve in 1991. Hang on.
flings you into beyond an orbit there set down. Hurrying down the line, both of her eyes must shine upon you. She's your queen. Gallows tree of my heart, keeping us both apart. Be gone and cut me down. Midsummer evenings long is a midsummer song. Towards it kiss her now. Each of her silver wands flings you into beyond an orbit there set down. Each of the silver wands requested by Steve. I've requested that, I've played that a few times, recorded that a few times. The airlock is now open here at Studio C, so I am in a very interesting state of mind because I am watching out in case anything comes in or gets out of this particular room, and it looks like nothing has. So okay, we're going now to move over live to me playing a request for Greg. Hang on, Greg, if you're there, this is your moment. You get the special tuned guitar. Okay. Heliotrope, my love, her face to the heavens, her petals all around her dial, her shadow follows her. It looks like a 7. I'm as loaded as a gun. Worships the sun. She worships the sun. I lie beneath the ground. My eyes are unseen. My name is gone from all the files. The tombs are shimmering deep into and beyond. ready for dinner. You know you're gonna be the one. She worships the sun. She worships the sun. She worships the sun.
That was Heliotrope, requested by Greg, played by me live here in Studio C. There's all kinds of shenanigans going on because the little creatures are messing around with the airlock, and so we're on extra vigilant duty here, and as a consequence, oh my god, as a consequence, Tubbs.
Oh no!
We tried to do that, boy. Well, should we maybe magic one of them into the strong room?
And when you say magic one of them into the strong room, do you mean magic Daphne into the strong room?
I would either magic Daphne or the causes of Daphne. I mean, it's this awful thing. Obviously, those of you who are parents or remember that whole scene, man, that thing of being a police person, you know, having to adjudicate between small creatures.
But it gives you a chance to feel responsible for something in your life.
What do you know about me? Responsibility makes me anxious.
I know, but
And,
what do I also know about you?
What do I know about me?
Worry is your love language.
Worry is my love language.
Yeah.
So you're saying...
You love something to fret about. It inspires your songs.
No, if
Makes you pace back and forth.
It's more like if I love something, I fret about it.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's so much to love in this household and so much to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if y'all have anxieties or not, but you should. There's so much to worry about. If you don't have anxieties, you know, you can always not email me. What's it called? You can write.
They can write to you, and you could give them some of your anxieties.
Yeah, you can put up on Twitter what you're not anxious about, and I can try and explain why you should be worrying about it.
Oh wow.
Well, it's soon be Christmas, Hanukkah.
I don't think that's the function of art, but I mean.
Function of art is to keep people company. Well, it's one of them.
Yes.
That's why they built those fantastic underwater temples. Mm-hmm. So they knew one day that the lake would be drained and
to swim away from their anxieties.
Yeah, basically, it's like those huge underwater swimming pools and the drowned ocean liners.
How do you have an I'm confused.
What about having an underwater swimming pool?
Yes.
Well, it's like being in a swimming pool, but it's already underwater.
Water in some water.
Yeah, water in water. It's like blonde on blonde.
Right, okay.
Or green on green.
Yeah, or confusion on confusion.
Yeah, or cat upon cat.
Worry on worry.
No, worry on worry is, I think a swimming pool in a swimming pool is much nicer than worry on
Doom
worry.
on doom. That sounds like your next album.
Well, I was explaining to somebody today about the comfort of doom.
Oh, yes.
And I said that was why Bob Dylan was so reassuring.
Robyn Hitchcock explains nihilism to me.
No, not to you, darling. So somebody who rang me up and someone said, can you Hitch-splain to me for 45 minutes about something or other, you know, rattling.
Oh, great.
It's the promotional season. People actually ring me up because they want me to drone on at them about stuff.
Oh, nice.
You would think there was enough of that in the household already.
I would.
Blimey, look at that. Daphne, I think Daphne's supernovering. Do you think she's got an extra soul?
I think she's hormonal.
Wow. Well, I'm very glad that she can't cut through glass. I don't know if you ever have this where you've got a small dog in an airlock. Ooh, okay. Emma has left the airlock with Daphne, so I'm going to have to fly this plane on its own. Ooh, yeah. Give it the full count to 12, it'll reopen, honest. I'm telling you, Ringo will be back. Okay.
Like egg fried rice every Sunday morning.
Daphne's outside of the airlock and Emma's put on a spacesuit to go and collect her. She's almost got her, but she hasn't got her yet, so I want to keep it down in case this sun goes into deep space. And what happens then is all the air rushes out, and in come the cops and the fiends and the Daleks and the Russians and the bad guys. Yeah, I am this thing. I am this thing. I am this. How's about you? Completely so the little cats can't get out. It's 15 minutes to 3 o'clock here in London, which means Perry, aka the Pesmeister, will be reading you the news from a year of your choice. Please let us know via the usual channels if you have a suggestion for a year. We apologise for the slightly disrupted nature of this programme. It's because Daphne is indeed hormonal. Hey Daphs, do you want to do an interview with Perry? I'm just going to show everybody, actually, now you're here. Oh, come on. Daphs, come on, uppose. Uppose. Let's actually give you the oxygen of publicity that you obviously crave. Okay, Daphs, these are the groovers. These are the folks out there who are witnessing what happens when you make the airlock open, and all sorts of interesting things happen.
Now, Tubby is here. He's just hiding behind your guitars, and I don't blame him. We'd like to thank the following people for their contributions to the Fancy Feast Fund. Jen T.
Thomas
Berry.
Thomas Berry. Patrick.
Steve.
Robert.
And KDJ.
Yay!
Okay,
Daphs, you see, this is what happens. This is all we do, is we just do stuff into that screen. You see that spaniel on that screen? That's you. Okay. This is how show business works.
Welcome to showbiz, Daphne.
Yeah, I know she's quite grasped it the way Ringo and Tubbs have.
Well, she's learning.
Well, it's an interesting point. Somebody said to someone else, never work with children or animals.
Oh, right.
And I see the point.
I love working with animals. Shall we sing a song?
Yep, sorry, I've just got it.
I think Lee requested Glass Hotel.
Do you think Lee is the same person as Leanne?
Leanne. Yes, I can't read your handwriting now.
Oh, I can, because I haven't got my glasses on.
We're indecipherable.
Better than being in denial.
I think we might be that too.
Well, you know, how else does one survive? Daphne, WHATTF.
Just ignore her.
Well, I mean, that's like ignoring a thunderstorm or a bomb raid or something.
It is rather live from Daphne's house.
What is it that you've got? Why? It's okay, folks. In case you wonder, Daphne has found an oblong piece of paper. Bingo. Bingo. Oh, great. Are you going to come back and sing with me?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want me to Raga you? Oh, look, you're coming in. Hang on. So you'll never guess where I wrote this one.
The Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in the disgusting old shed.
You'll never guess what I'm going to go do in January.
You couldn't possibly be recording a new album on the Isle of Wight.
I am.
Wow, at an undisclosed location. At an undisclosed location, by any chance?
Well, I mean, it's the Isle of Wight, so it's not too hard to find us if you were looking. Look for two damp groovers.
Us?
Yeah.
But you have a crack team of
I'll have a crack team of people who can play in time.
Especially imported from
and
Nashville
and
who
for
can play
the
in time.
parts where we don't want things to sound in time, I'll call you down from the pub.
Well, I'm just going to be in. I'm going to be in a tower with Daphne.
Okay.
Trying to.
The Leaning Tower of Tubbins.
I'm going to. I am. God.
Shall we sing this
Let's
song written on the Isle of Wight? Where on the Isle of Wight?
At an undisclosed location in Yarmouth.
That dismal old house you used to have.
That dismal old house. On South Street.
What number?
Didn't have a number, it was just, it's not like the States, they all had houses, they were called like Wendy and Elaine and Norbert's Gaff.
Norbert's Gaff?
Yeah, it sounds kind of Scandinavian, doesn't it? Norbert's
So what was your house called?
Twaddle.
Twaddle?
Yeah. That was its stage name.
R. Hitchcock. Twaddle House, South Street, Yarmouth, Isle of Wight.
No, it was an anagram of P.M. Veal.
Plevna.
Yeah. Still there, folks. Probably worth quite a lot now.
At least a plate of scampi and chips.
Possibly more.
Do you think if we offered the current owner some scampi, they might give it to us?
Only if the
Sell it
scampi
back.
was, been, I don't know, laced with Elon Musk or something. Nicely, Daphs, I'm playing the guitar.
seems like you were in a glass hotel. It seems like there was someone else as well. It seems like everything was going well. It seems like you were up there in your glass hotel. It seems like the radio's playing in the darkness of the hall. There was someone standing with you who just wasn't there at all. You're alive. Oh, telephone was ringing in a corridor of blue. A geranium came out of it, reminded me of you, and I was crying. Seems like you were in a glass hotel. It seems like there was someone else as well. It seems like a dream. Oh, there's nothing in the future, and there's nothing in the past. There is only this one moment, and you gotta make it last. You're alive. Glass hotel.
Now Leanne has a friend or an acquaintance or a recruit, I'm not quite sure what their status is, called David, who apparently would like to hear that one, which it dates from pretty much the same time.
Oh, the same record.
Same
yeah,
record.
sure.
Which, I don't think I wrote it in the same shed, but it's definitely from the same tranche of doom. Oh, excuse me. I've got
Tranche of doom.
Tranche of doom, baby. Tranche of doom. Now, what I always say on stage is there's no goldfish in this water, and it holds true indoors as well, domestic.
I'd be worried if we had a goldfish.
Anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know who's got a goldfish? Well, not a goldfish, but a fish in a goldfish-like context.
Gina.
Yep.
Gina has a fish. Hi, Gina.
Gina over in Studio G in Nashville.
Yes, thanks for shipping out so much from the Tiny Ghost Hive.
Oh God, yes.
It's all systems go at the moment. It's shuffle mania everywhere.
It is shuffle mania, and yeah, I think that seems to be a global state, really, doesn't it? Once again, I've parked my Scranchmobile on the Zeitgeist and then gone over the cliff. Gone to look over the cliff. Gone to gently lower the wrapper of my chalk ice into a waste paper bin that has been conveniently placed at the foot of the cliff.
In what way have you parked your Scranchmobile on the Zeitgeist?
Well, because I've inherently encapsulated the joy and chaos of human existence, neatly sidestepping the true horror.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, people are enjoying the new record. They seem to like it.
Hitchcock reviews his own albums.
Yeah, I wouldn't review it, but that's what they seem to like it.
Oh, that's good.
It makes them happy.
It's
Imagine
nice.
listening to my stuff and being
Imagine
happy.
being made happy by you.
By me, I know.
That's
Christ,
unbelievable.
that's not what people marry me for.
No.
Yeah.
I married you for your cheese stash.
Well, hell, don't file for divorce, but I've actually run out tonight. There's like the skeleton of 3 cheeses in the fridge.
That's okay.
Not only that, there's no Lady Petrol, and we haven't got any peppermints.
There's ice cream in the refrigerator.
That's spoken like a prime minister.
Oh, yeah, well.
I have to tell you that though we're out of lady petrol, there is ice cream in the refrigerator. Is there?
Yes, of course there is.
Oh, okay, I might have an ice cream then.
Yeah.
I had a cup of tea before the show. It's probably shown. You think that's why Daphne's so crazy?
Because you had a cup of tea.
Yeah, osmosis.
Okay.
You know, my enemy's friend is tall.
Is English breakfast.
My enemy's friend is English breakfast. One side English breakfast, avast ye villain.
Your enemy is Earl Grey.
Oh, speak not of Earl Grey. I eat to the wicked man. No, I shrivel up. Oh God, it's like that when Steve Martin and Martin Short went into slow motion.
In the final episode of Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you might have sort of found out who did it.
Don't give it away.
I'm not going to give it away because it's completely incomprehensible.
Okay.
But slow motion, yeah.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. You were the one who brought up Only Murders in the Building.
But there was a reason for it. Oh, I know, Earl Grey.
Okay.
Oh God, it's like
What,
kryptonite.
was Steve Martin having Earl Grey?
No, but do you remember they were talking about things that upset people?
Yes.
And this a certain person was upset by certain things.
Oh, Cinder Canning is upset by tomatoes.
You're giving it away.
I'm not giving it away.
No, you're not. Isn't that giving it away?
Oh God.
What's the name?
Not telling. I'm not going to repeat it anymore. It's boring to talk about things that people haven't possibly watched.
But people haven't possibly watched almost everything. That makes a lot of topics potentially dull.
Yeah, but that's why we don't have a television review show. It's why we come here and we sing songs. Imagine if it was just...
Well, us reviewing television.
Yeah.
Well, then we could...
Just be like, and in today's episode of Shetland...
Oh, God!
Robyn Hitchcock blushed every time Detective Tosh walked on the screen.
Don't talk about Detective Tosh for obvious reasons. That's a whole other thing. There's a bit of it. You've got to watch out for that.
Okay.
Well, you know,
do you want to sing this song for
I'm
Dave?
going to have to. David. Okay, David, that wasn't the introduction. Here
This
we
song
go.
has never been used in a television show ever.
No, and I doubt it ever will.
You know, I used to call my baby up. We get real close, just like the telephone was a sofa, and we leave our minds wide open, and our thoughts would mingle like a big window in the evening air, and we'd say, hey baby, come on in and help yourself to my soul. And we'd say, hey baby, come on in and help yourself to my soul.
But these days, even saying hello, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. How it's going over there with you? Takes a lot of sweat.
Ain't that a shame? Ain't that a shame? But in Linctus house, in my flesh hotel, I don't care anymore.
You know, my baby and me, as Kimberly would say, we curl up in front of the fire like two dogs. Either one's a spaniel, and our eyes would reflect each other in the warm, long heat of love. Yeah, the warm, long heat of love. And I would hear the rain falling on the leaves outside, but I couldn't stir to close the window, 'cause I'd shiver if I left her side. But now I shake if we should meet, and I spend most of my time in the bushes. Ain't that a shame?
No, what are you doing?
Ain't that a shame?
No,
how sometimes everything turns out to be nothing. You say, but I wonder if you do. And if we understood each other, there'd be no need to talk, would there? But even that, even talking is out of reach. Do I say it with flowers or do I say it with nails? I'm not the kind to push you around, but I don't want to make myself vulnerable. But if I was on my knees, I know you'd have a good view of my skull, and I happen to know you're carrying a chisel. But in Linctus house, in my flesh hotel, I don't care anymore. Knowing Linctus house, in my flesh hotel, I don't care. Ain't that a shame?
No, what you doing?
Ain't that a shame?
No, what you done?
Ain't that a shame?
No, what you doing?
Ain't that a shame?
No, what you've done.
Fun times at Studio C, Linctus House, written by me some years back on a dismal old Isle of Wight, probably in like early November.
Early November
Oh,
1980.
1988.
1988.
Yeah, deep and dark and dismal.
Do you know who's not deep and dark and dismal?
Perry, and he's about to read the news, and we're going to
Absolutely.
find out what year we want him to read it from. Oh, Pesmeister, welcome. NFL, it's my favourite lobster. Yeah, Perry, it's all different when you were around, isn't it? Isn't it? He's so excited, clapping his little pincers together. Yays, Phil, it's his turn. Daphne's vanished into a different airlock somewhere. Tubbs and Ringo have settled down. Just having one more little medicinal glass of water here live live from Tubby's house. And we are about to OMFing-G. It's Tubbs himself. Tubbins! Oh, stout, valiant Earl, welcome to your show. I have to apologise for all these shenanigans that have been going on. Do you remember when you were a young puppy and things you did? When Tubby was Daphne's age, he was jumping into the microwave and climbing into the dishwasher and doing all kinds of really quite radical things that he wouldn't do now as a mature 5-year-old, would you? No. I did disruptive things when I was young, but fortunately I can't remember them. Did you? Who knows? Okay, folks, sorry, we are actually coming up to 5 past the hour of 3 a.m. here at Live from Studio C, and the Pesmeister is about to read the news from a year. Once again, it's going to come out of the hat, quite literally, and hey, Tubbins, welcome. Do you want to read the news instead? Here we are, look, there's Tubby, Tubby is the news, and we're just going to see what years come up. So it's very exciting. The president's just stepped into the car and they're turning into Dealey Plaza. Oh boy, stars of joy. Yeah, Beatles are warming up. They're playing lots of dismal British cities, but soon they're going to be playing ghastly auditoriums in the United States and no one's going to be able to hear them. But they'll hear you, Tubbs, because you're not going to use any amplification. That's the way to be heard here, especially live on Studio C. Okay, just waiting for that year to come in and the Pesmeister will... I know.
Okay, Ben has requested 1982 or 1990. Ooh, time for the Guru.
Is that what he says? Time for the Guru?
No, Guru Josh, 1990. Time for the Guru.
it was after my time, 1990, I think. I mean, wasn't that when EMF happened?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1066 from Cloudberry. That's a very British year. 2029 from Bob and Julie.
You think we're going to get that far?
1961 from Harold.
Harold.
Okay. Amy also wants... There's at least 5 votes for 1066, I'm
really?
told. Yeah.
Okay, here goes. Bing! It's 3:05 here, live from Tubby's house. I'm here with Tubby, and here is Perry the Lobster with the news from 1066.
Hello, fellow creatures. What a joy it is to be able to introduce you to the news from a really stimulating year. Some years, in fact, before the internet was involved. News travelled very slowly in those days. Thus it was that King Harold of Ye Britain did not realise ye Normans had invaded until they were already there. He had to hot-foot it from a place up north to deal with a different invasion. Can you imagine 2 invasions in 1 year and no internet? Well, King Harold was all in. He could not stand it for long. And he made an arrangement with a Norman archer, that is somebody who fires an arrow willfully hoping to destroy life. He said to this bloke, he said, well, if I give you 5 ducats, will you get an arrow in my eye so I can be dead and I don't have to do this no more? Well, said the archer, the point is, I wouldn't do anything with those great big pincers pointing at me, would I? What, says King Harold? These pincers? Why, they're just tiny little things. I wouldn't possibly do a harm to a big Norman archer like you who could slide in with an arrow. Oh, no. What kind of a lobster do you take me for? Well, at this point, King Harold's courtiers noticed that he was indeed a lobster, and they all went for him as one in pretending to die of a flesh wound, but actually he scuttled into the channel. This was 1066. Well, it's nearly 1,000 years since then. The question is, what's he doing down there in the channel? Because us lobsters, I tell you now, we stick around. Oh yeah, he's probably still writing extra verses to Don Henley's classic, The Bots of Summer.
No, it's boys, not bots.
To Don Henley's classic, The Bogs of Summer. Yeah, that's right.
No, it's bots. I'm sorry, it's boys. Boys, I don't know what the boys are of. I mean, boys just get born, don't they? Yeah.
Like I said, you know, I was so tersely and pointlessly interrupted by this sad creature what is pretending to manipulate you, but I can tell you for a start, I do all the thinking for him every day. I even say, don't have ordinary milk, you don't like it, you'll die of milk. Get some interesting oat milk. He says, what do you mean? You're a lobster. What do you know about oat milk? I says, well, I'm from the same universe as oat milk, so smoke that, Sherlock. Well, all I can say is King Harold's down here somewhere, and I still see him join him. Ta-da!
That was fantastic, Perry. I don't think the world could ever have been better informed. But no, I'm going to keep you away from Daphne. It's okay. Ems, I'm just... There goes the Pesmeister. Tubby, good boy. Okay, so I'm afraid there's still a bit more of this show to get through, and you're going to have to listen to this. You don't have to listen to it, actually. This show is so long, probably a lot of you go to the bathroom during it and maybe even ask the flight attendant if it's possible to have some Sancerre or some Chablis. We are actually back terrifyingly soon on the evening of September the 3rd because we are moving over to Saturday Groovers for this month. So
For next month, for September.
Wangbo style.
You find
Implodes.
reality so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, reality is intolerable. Are you kidding? I mean, I don't know what it was. Oh no, Earl Grey. Reality to me is like Earl Grey with cow's milk on a hangover. And look, what I'm trying to tell you, folks, is that it is this month here in Britain, but it's still next month for Jarl over there. September the 3rd, 2022. A lot too many twos in this year, maybe so. Let's say. Oh, good Lord, it's the Earl. No, it's.
Hello, Groovers.
Emma
What
Swift.
Robyn Hitchcock is trying to say is that for the month of September, because of his touring commitments in Britain, live from Tubby's house, we'll come to you on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Time and
9 p.m. on the East Coast. Yeah.
Tickets are available at the link in bio.
Link in ye bio,
in
as
ye
often it says.
Instagram
Yeah.
or from mandolin.com.
Mandolin.com live.
See how easy that was?
Well, you just.
So straightforward.
Well, it was for you.
Any other announcements? Shuffle Mania, out October 21, 2022. Pre-order from tinyghostrecords.shop.
Your copy might be packed by Daphne.
Oh God, I hope it's not packed by Daphne. That would be a disaster.
God, imagine all these things being fished out of a river and saying packed by Daphne, like if King Harold came out.
Oh no, I had enough of that, King. Perry's news went for an awfully long time tonight.
Well, Perry was finally able to talk about a king who'd become a lobster. You
Okay.
can't blame him. It's his people.
Is that what Perry was saying?
Yeah, he was talking about how King Harold was actually a lobster, and that's why he had to fake his own death and disappear into the channel.
Can you see that Tubby's actually moved over to the producer's chair? It's quite cute.
I guess it's because you're here, probably.
Yeah,
It's
I
just.
stole his seat.
Yeah, well.
Did you see him licking his nether regions for the camera?
Well, I'm glad he's the only one who does that.
Yeah, me too.
It's not something I'd like to see spreading around this
Yeah, we
studio.
wouldn't like Perry to be doing it. That'd be weird.
No, good Lord, no.
Should we sing a song?
Ah, yes, now look, this was requested by Ian.
Oh, Ian, I love
Okay.
this one.
Okay, hang on. Victorian squid is a delight for all the family because it's greasy and hot. When you've had lots, then you'll want more. There's old H.G. Wells lying in bed with his new housekeeper with hot squid by their side, glowing with pride, flushed with exhaustion. Victorian tongues, Victorian skin, Victorian lungs, Victorian sin, Victorian parks, Victorian moans, Victorian darkness. Victorian squid down on the beach is an embarrassment to respectable girls walking with pearls and their fiancés. Oh, Edward, my love, is that a squid? Yes, I fear so, my pet, but pray leave it alone. Let us go home and take some cocoa. Victorian arms, Victorian legs, Victorian charms, Victorian eggs, Victorian boys, Victorian girls, Victorian darkness. Every night our voices meet in darkness. The clicking feet on cobbled streets, the fanlight falls across the city, and say hello to Mistress Kitty and pray that someone touches her between the walnut Yep.
It always makes me think of you in a top hat, that song.
It's funny. It makes me think of you in one of those bustles and, tight but kind of
like a really restrictive corset dress.
Restrictive corset, but very kind of voluminous, all-concealing skirt and a bonnet.
An ankle flashing.
Ankle flashing. All you can flash is your ankles and your beautiful face, but everything else is concealed. You've even got black mittens on, and you're pushing a little pram along the pebbly beach
with a little baby squid in it.
With a little baby squid in it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I'm with you with a top hat. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great.
But obviously there are alternate versions where the baby squid is actually Ringo. And there's probably Daphne. Yeah.
Shall we sing another song?
Well, that's good. I think there might be something else they'd like to hear.
It might be time to sing a song for Huff's birthday.
Oh, do you know that one?
No, I'm going to jump out of shot.
Yeah, jump out of shot. Come on back.
Happy birthday to Chris Huff.
Happy birthday to Chris Huff. Oh my God, you could do that
afterwards.
That. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We are going to have a fantastic lurch of mood here on Live from Tubby's house. You're going to do that one for Rob, and I'm going to do this one for Chris Huff. Actually, it's Chris Huff's birthday right after the next show. But you're going to get it tonight, Chris, because who knows what the weekend will bring.
Who does know what the weekend will bring?
Perry, probably.
Squid.
I'm not eating them, but that doesn't mean they won't be there.
Well, we could get some squid in for the show.
You mean to watch the show or for me not to eat?
No, the squid could go upstairs and watch Daphne and make sure she's not misbehaving.
I would rent a whole flotilla of squid if they'd keep Daphne under control. Watch it, Daph, so we get the squid in. Good thinking. Okay. Treat me hard and wiry. Treat me hot and fiery. Tell me you desire me. I got a message for you. Treat me hard and rubbery. Treat me soft and blubbery. Let's go to the shrubbery and make plans. I got a message for you. If I was a hairless spinster covered in festering boils, would you still make love to me? Or would you recoil? Dip me in yours custard. Cover me with mustard. As long as we are clustered, it's alright. I got a message for you. Though I'm not a piece of veal or a piece of beef, the way you get your teeth in me is beyond belief. Roll me in the greenery, exploit me in the deanery. Oh, what lovely scenery. I got a message for you. Treat me hard and leathery. Treat me soft and feathery. Oh, what lovely weathery. You're so moist. I got a message for you. You got an answer 'cause like Brian Ferry, I got a message for you. Happy birthday, Chris Huff, Virgo, and happy birthday to all ye Virgos. We're entering the Virgo's nest, like I said. Grant Lee Phillips is coming up tomorrow, and Nico Case I know is sometime next week. Ben Montench, Virgo's dead or alive, are looming this way. Okay, now what else have I got? Oh, I've got this requested by Jen. I'm going to play this, and then hopefully Emma's going to join me for another song. Here we go. I'm sure I have played this live, but I cannot remember when I last did it, and my performance is going to reflect that, as are many things. But I'd like to thank Tubby for sticking with me in this section of the show, and also just apologise for the disrupted nature of this show. But you know, it's still here. So here we are. Superman, Superman, crunchy little Superman, found you in a cornflakes box, nourished you in privacy, touched the parts you couldn't reach, you improved immediately. She's a squeaking head on a pleasure box, and the boys don't understand. It took the Holy Roman Empire just to keep you satisfied. I'm gonna be more careful with you, obviously. Superman, Superman, all you get is Valentine's in the river on the punt underneath the willow tree. I'm a squeaking head on a pleasure box, and the boys don't understand. It took the Holy Roman Empire just to get you by my side, and I'm gonna be more careful with you, obviously. You better believe it. 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 We're gonna have a real good time together. We're gonna dance and ball and shout together. Yeah, na 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 na. Yeah, na 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 na. Superman, Superman, Superman from Queen Elvis, recorded by the Egyptians and me, or me and the Egyptians, millions of years ago, with a little slice of we're going to have a real good time together, a Velvet Underground Lou Reed song. And I'm hoping I can lure Miss Emma Swift back in for pretty much the finale. If you requested something and we didn't play it, we're probably going to play it on Saturday, because this show has been bursting with many things, including songs and life forms and requests. My God, no, he's so peaceful, isn't he?
He's
so
beautiful.
Good, Tubbs, you're so beautiful. You're what comes after everything and before everything.
He's the king of the household.
He's the alpha and omega.
He is.
Yeah, he's going to get older. Do you think he's going to set the squids on Daphne?
I hope so.
Yeah. Boy,
we'd like to thank Leslie, Bam, Oren and John for their contributions to the Fancy Feast Fund. Oh my goodness, it's so lovely to be with you all tonight, and we'll see you on Saturday.
We will see
for
you
another
on
groove.
Saturday. Yeah, Oren, I'll play your request on Saturday. I'll probably have to detune a guitar.
Sounds like you've got a bit of indigestion, love.
I have. I've had it for months, and I will go and do something about it sometime.
Okay.
But we had something powerful today, didn't we? Maybe it was yesterday.
I don't know.
It was Daphne. We had Daphne. Ye gods. It's an indigestive scene.
So this is a particularly grim song that Rob requested, and we're going to play it for you. I used to play this live all the time. It's a Roland S. Howard song.
Who was in the birthday party?
Exactly.
Did they do this in the birthday party?
They did do it in the birthday party.
Did Roland sing it, or did it go over to...
It went over to Nick.
Nick Cave sang it?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Nick Cave played in a park in London the other day.
Do you think he's still there?
In the park in London? Yeah. Just him and Warren.
Well, I imagine they wouldn't go
pacing
anywhere without
about.
each other. It's pacing about. Yeah. God, Nick Cave. He's a Virgo. Means it's going to be his birthday soon.
Is he a Virgo?
Yeah. You wouldn't really know it, except he's very dapper.
I thought he was a Libra.
No, that's Warren Ellis is a Libra.
Oh.
Then so's Paul Simon. You can't imagine Paul Simon. Sorry, I digress.
I can't imagine Paul Simon what? Singing this song.
Backing up Nick Cave.
Oh, I'd love to see Paul Simon with Nick Cave.
Which one do you think would be the alpha?
I think they'd have an alpha off, like Tubby and Daphne do.
Oh God, I think Paul Simon would do a pass ag.
Okay.
Unless, of course.
And Nick would just do an ag.
I think he'd do an ag. And
Okay.
I think they both lob irony at each other.
Mm-hmm. They wouldn't just be two successful men comfortable in their own skin, happily duetting together.
Well, what would be the fun in that? Hey, I'm sorry, I think I've sped up. I've got to take this down.
Play it like it's grim.
Why not? Is that okay?
I've been contemplating suicide, but it really doesn't suit my style. So I think I'll just act bored instead, to contain the blood I would have shed. She makes me feel so weary. My heart is really on its knees, but I keep a poker face so well. Even Mama couldn't tell. My baby's so vain, she's almost a mirror, and the sound of her name sends a permanent shiver down my spine. I keep a photograph against my heart, she plays the starring part. All alcohol and cigarettes. There is no room for cheap regret. She makes me feel so weary. My heart is really on its knees, and I keep a poker face so well. Even Mama couldn't tell. My baby's so vain, she is almost a mirror, and the sound of her name sends a permanent shiver down my spine. My baby's so vain, she is almost a mirror, and the sound of her name sends a permanent shiver down my spine. Yeah, my baby's so vain, she's almost a mirror, and the sound of her name sends a permanent shiver down my spine. Oh, down my spine. Love on you, folks.
Shivers.
Sending that out to Rob on this Wednesday groove.
Oh, I haven't heard you do that for ages.
I can
So
tell
that's
by the way you
fantastic.
played it, love.
I'm sorry, darling. I need somebody else to keep the time. Was I too fast?
You were.
Ah,
It was a little chirpy.
no. 3:30 in the morning. That's incredible.
Well,
How could I do that?
it was
Boy.
close enough for folk,
Okay,
as they
well.
say at the Troubadour.
Yeah.
Would you
okay.
like to sing us Rock and Roll Toilet? Someone requested
No,
that.
I might do that on Saturday actually, because I
Oh,
think
right.
I think I'm going to raga out because
You're
my
gonna raga
fingers
out.
are. I'm going to do the rest of them on, because I really like doing Rock and Roll Toilet with you. So
Oh,
let's
I
do
like
that.
doing the Rock and Roll Toilet.
Yeah, I
with
don't
you.
want to sing it on my own, and it's time you manned that began to shut the controls
Do
down.
you think our landlord will come and fix the Rock and Roll Toilet tomorrow?
I wouldn't bank on it, but I
so hope.
I so hope that if there is such a thing as our landlord in this undisclosed location in which we live, that
There's definitely a Rock and Roll Toilet.
there's a rock and roll toilet that's been rocking for some time, and it would be wonderful if it began to stop rocking, and maybe Daphne will settle down.
All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Mwah. Good night, groovers. Mwah.
All right, Grooves, it's that Goodnight Raga time. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you horribly soon. Enjoy your biscotti and your Cinzano and your Sancerre. Ugh. Love on you. Night night.